Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Hey kids, welcome back.
Welcome.
So today we are going to be trying out some old ass weed.
Yeah.
We were looking at that one, but I will tell you this.
Technically, Jesse just bought it, so it's not old as in that. It's just old as in this was fucking harvested in December of 2024.
And this tells me a lot too because it was on sale. It was $22 for an eighth.
Yeah, that's why. It's over a year old.
But it smokes really well. And today we are smoking Bachelor Party
by Black Sheep, which we don't do.
We don't do a whole lot of Black Sheep.
Wait, have we done any on the show?
Yes, we have.
On the show?
We've done a few. Yeah.
What one has been Black Sheep? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I mean,
because I haven't bought any.
I bought Snoop Dogg from that one.
Been on here.
It was okay. It wasn't a good representation of it. That's why I didn't even bring it, because it was like mid. And the really shitty thing is I paid $45 for it.
For the eighth?
For the eighth. So I was really frustrated. So now, like, I was just like, it's on sale.
Who was was that also Black Sheep?
That's Standard. Standard Wellness.
Standard Wellness. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's pretty good.
This is also a Standard Wellness, it looks like.
Yep, it is Standard Wellness.
Black Sheep's main parent company probably is Standard then.
Yep.
I wonder who else is under the Standard umbrella.
I know, right?
I do have a photo somewhere that shows.
Oh, yeah. No, I like these guys. If I was going to rate flower, and I hate to say this, no, I don't, but it's going to make some people upset.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
Beehive, Dragonfly, and then it would be Standard. I like Standard. Their bud is always dry. It's just dry.
Do you like Standard over Betty? Or are you classifying Betty with Dragonfly?
I'm classifying Betty with Dragonfly because it's the same grower. So it'd be Betty Dragonfly, Betty/Dragonfly. But I like Buzz's flower overall. I really do. I like the feel. I like its consistency. I like that it's not all about the...
That's got weird flavor. Almost a chemically of sorts, like through that.
Something.
It's not overly. It's just
it's
like
a sweeter... It's a sweeter taste.
Sweet notes in it too.
You'll notice, dude. Now, Bachelor Party, I've already smoked it, but we're gonna be able to see here in about 10 minutes, and you'll feel the difference.
Yeah.
One of the things is it's an extremely slow onset. That may have something to do with its age, but it's a really good nighttime one. I do not remember falling asleep on this. It just all of a sudden
it just took you out.
I'm laying there and I'm like dinking on my phone, and the next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, whoa.
Ooh.
And then I did it again the night after that. Pretty consistent.
Okay. All right. So top terp here looks like beta-carotene. And then we got limonene, linalool, humulene, and fenchyl alcohol. That's such a weird terpene. Let's see.
That could be that taste you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because that's a first for me. I've never seen that.
Alcohol terpene is a secondary monoterpenoid, an isomer borneal, known for its earthy, piney, and citrusy aroma, often found in basil, nutmeg, and cannabis, known for antioxidant, antimicrobial, and analgesic properties.
I just thought about something. I saw this video with this old woman, and she's like, you really want to get high? Use some ginger, fresh ginger, before you smoke. And I'm like, okay. She said because it has the highest amount of terpenes next to cannabis. And it has the strongest entourage effect. Weird. I'm going to try it today. I've got some ginger root at home.
Yeah, I have ginger root in the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like shave, super thin, and then num, 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 num.
Like you get at a sushi place. Okay. That would be super interesting. I mean, I swear I've seen fenchyl alcohol on one other strain at least, and I can't remember what one it was, but I never looked it up to see what that came from or what potentially it helped with. It's a very unique, uncommon terpene.
It's a very different type of strain. Like at first, it's when it's flame to flower, which is I'm a big fan of. It's really nice. It's really nice. It's not bad. You can tell I've been smoking flower. I need to roll some joints. That's what I need to do.
That's what I was just thinking, because you know how I told you this morning I was gifted some buds?
Yeah.
Well, I gave you some, and I was like, oh man, this gives me like a full ounce of bud that I could roll strictly in joints. And that's 28 1-gram joints. I could do that. And then just put the humidity packet in there so they're all nice and like as fuck, and pull them out when I want it and smoke a joint. Like... So I think I might work on that so that I can have 28 joints just
That's
sitting
when you
for
want
when
one
I
of those.
one.
Yeah, dude, that sounds amazing. Like, honestly, man, there's nothing like a joint. And it sets it down. It always makes me laugh about that one guy. He's like, there's nothing more evil than smoking a joint. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Which is funny because I'm like,
What about those people who put cocaine in their ass?
Ever heard of someone stabbing someone 50, 60 times? You think smoking the joint is worse? How about raping of a child? Do you find that might be worse? Like,
there's a little higher.
So many things that I'm like, you find that smoking a joint is
but then again, like, you think about that person's life, and I'm like, if that's all the evil that you've experienced, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty sheltered life.
But even then, though, like, that comment itself is pretty ignorant. Like, because if you truly think about everything else in the world, if that is what you think is the worst thing in the world...
But that's perception. That's just somebody's perception.
I'm saying. Like, then they haven't seen anything of reality that goes on in the world.
Well, and that's a good thing in some ways, because then it makes them extremely childlike at that point. You know, I think about that. Like, would I rather have all the knowledge I have now, or have no knowledge and just be happy? I would probably prefer to be happy.
Well, we can. We just have... How many of us, I mean, we have that choice, but how many of us still choose to pick up social media or news or anything else to educate or learn something further, and then we go, fuck, no, I'm not. We don't choose the childlike innocence of like, yeah, I don't... I'd rather just go...
Curiosity is...
I'd rather go create or build or do... It's like, well, but what about this? Or did I miss something? Or like maybe there's something new, and we go for that, and then we're back to unhappy.
Well, if you look at it too, man, again, it's always it's shaped to be able to convince you to do something that, you know, whatever narrative either opposing side has, they're only doing it for their good, not your good. And so when you've got a group of people that are consistently like just angry about something, it's like, I mean, that's not a happy existence. And they're like, well, you know, all these things are affecting me. Is it really? Really?
It depends on their life. Certain people, yes, I see it being more. And some people look at things differently. And that definitely can, like I said, perception is, perspective. So
you look at right now, what's more important? Because it's a lot of first world problems is what it is. You know, somebody made me mad, or they don't have this new brand anymore, or this celebrity said that. Like, it's first world problems. Like,
I've not looked at that. Mine's more of like the people concerned about their rights and other things, which
that's
that's global. Anyone can lose their rights outside of a first world country, too.
But again, it's just first world problems. I mean, first world people think about their rights more than anybody else, because the other ones are just thinking about living.
Yeah, but if someone came in and started enslaving or doing that, wouldn't matter what level you're in, you'd probably start being concerned with your rights.
Well, if we're talking about slavery, it's never gone away. It's one of the number one.
Yeah, but that's every level within it, and those people would probably be just as concerned with the rights they lose or don't have.
Rights are, for me, I believe rights are perception. Their perception of that one, because it's somebody else granting that one, and then a bunch of other people agreeing upon that. And that way, either you're going to have
agreed upon terms for that society.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, those can change at any moment, and they have. But
that doesn't mean that they're always good or done right or
no. But
people definitely lose rights through history.
Done right is, again, that's
speculation of the perception. Yes,
100%.
But there's definitely ways to do it wrong.
I think it's just different because it's going to evolve.
You might perceive that going in and mass murdering everyone and doing things might be okay.
Well,
and I might perceive it as not. So, yes, but again, that might be a wrong way.
I'm not arguing that it is right. What I'm saying is that it's a constant.
Wrong way. That was all.
Well, I mean, a wrong way would be death.
That's what I said. There might be a wrong way.
But I don't consider that necessarily...
So you don't think there's a wrong way? So every way is the right way?
Was there a wrong way for the rain to come down? Is there a wrong way?
That's not the same thing.
Well, it's just it's existence. It's just existence. You can't.
It is what happens. But that doesn't make it right. It's like saying gravity and punching someone in the face are two same things.
No, I think you're going too deep into it, man. Honestly, I'm just saying, like, rights are relative. They are relative. Anywhere you go,
on where you live, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. They're relative. And but the thing that I'm saying is that if you look throughout history, and I'm not saying like wars or empires or anything like that, but if you look through history, it's a constant change. And sometimes it's really abrupt out of nowhere, whether it's a catastrophe, whether it's some type of warlord who takes over a large area. That's a constant. It's been a constant.
I think we're having two different conversations.
I think you're going like really like, no, this is...
I just asked a question. You're focusing on like, well, it's uncontrollable or constant. And my question or statement was never with control or constant. That was it.
The perception of it being bad. Yeah. I'm just saying it happens. Like
100%.
it's like getting in a car wreck, you know, and you die from it. Like there was nothing there. It wasn't God's fault. It wasn't. It was just circumstances that happened during that time.
God puts a hand in anything.
No, not in those types of things. Absolutely not. Like a wreck.
Well, because it's like anything. I had this conversation with Finn the other day. It was like, it's that mindset of like, oh, well, some person prayed and they found their keys. And the other person prayed and they're getting raped continuously. I'm like, the concept of God putting his hand in anywhere is either like, well, I'm picking and choosing this, or he just doesn't really put his hand in at all.
No, but again, it's a good point. It's a really good point. And, the only thing that I could say on that one is that when Christ was on the, if you take the story of Christ, right, regardless if you believe or not, you take that one, if he is God, then he could have been able to stop all of that at any time, what he was going through. But the idea is that he went through that one to experience what we experience as mortals, from dread to fear to anger to pain to suffering. And it's not necessarily like, okay, I need to go through this, but he went through that in order for him to be able to understand what it is. But also, when you leave a home, say like you leave your parents' home, you're on your own, right? There are times where you could be able to reach out. And it's not like them coming down, finding your car keys, stopping the bullet, or keeping the car wreck from happening. No, that has nothing to do with that.
Because it wouldn't.
But that's the problem with a lot of modern religion, is that they base this off of a magical idea that if you pray, this will happen. Yeah.
If you can change something in any sort of way by saying a prayer.
Right.
Like this magical being is going to come down and change whatever plan or whatever future that was in place of like, well, all right.
See, that's the thing though, man. Like I have experienced things that should not have happened. And I'm not saying like something changed, but
it felt miraculous to you. 100%.
No. I understand where you're trying to go going, well, you're trying to perceive that, but things happen that are just completely crazy and it makes a lot of sense.
We talked about them.
Right. And they don't happen all the time. And a lot of it is just connection, and that's where I pull a lot of it. It's the greatest gift that I believe that God grants us is the ability to try and connect with other people with love. That's it. Not find my car keys, not make me rich. Because if that was the case, if you could pray to God,
and he would come down and
you'd be 6 feet tall. Yeah. You'd have no medical problems.
You'd have the perfect partner. You'd be
exactly.
Yeah. You'd have the perfect car you want. Nothing would ever go wrong. That's like, it doesn't make sense that this concept of like, hey, we can pray and any sort of thing will change, except for maybe, that idea of
it's Walmart
meditation
Christ.
To find peace. Hey,
yes.
I'm really fucking sad. I'm lonely. I'm depressed. I'm angry. I need to help release this so I can get back to my normal. Okay, well, call it God, call it meditation, call it talking to yourself, whatever it is that you want. Like I could see that. But anything else of like, oh, change this, do this.
No.
It's not realistic to have this.
And that's a common misperception.
Who's like, oh, hey, thanks so much for praying. It's been a long time since you talked to me. I'm going to reward you. Here's your keys. Like,
well, and I mean,
this is weird.
But you'll have a few people that do really well, and they say it's because God was in their life.
Oh, 100%.
But then
or like, I was paying tithing and I was going to church and I was doing
Mormon
what
thing?
Was right.
Yeah.
So
in their perception,
this is why I'm being blessed.
Well, dude, like a person that we both know, I'm not going to say his name, right? At one time,
guys, this is a random strain.
Yeah. What do you think? It's different. But I'll tell you what, if you slow down, it's very clear-headed, but when you slow down, it will slow you down. It's really cool. It keeps with your speed. That's what I love about it.
It feels not slow yet, but it's supposed to be good for like easing your mind.
Yeah, and it's totally like
just relief.
Anybody else on the outside could see this as an argument, but I'm seeing this as a great conversation of perception, which is great because that's where I see a lot of eye to eye with you on many things, just in different terms.
Was it Michigan that was really... No,
yes.
John Travolta.
Oh, John Travolta. That made
This is not that. This is... It's not even... I don't know if I feel tenseness.
I don't at all. I just feel it in my head slightly. It's really, really relaxed, very clear. But I'll tell you what, you slow down, it slows down with you. If you try to lower, like how you feel, like lower your heart rate, do you know how to lower your heart rate with just thinking about?
Oh no, I changed my breathing.
Yeah, I'm able to focus on my heart rate. I've been able to do it since jiu-jitsu. It was kind of crazy. I used to freak some of the guys I'd roll with. They're like, what the fuck? Because my heart be going...
Yeah. See, if you have a slower exhale than you do like a longer exhale than an inhale, you can actually trick your body into like being in that relaxed state, and so it'll slow down your heart rate as well.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a trained like thing that it takes time.
No, it's super cool. No, but to finish up what you had said, and I can understand why we felt like we were going on different directions on that one. For me, what I look at is I am wanting. It was a quote from somebody else that I heard, and I really liked it. What's the purpose of life? Right? That's what they asked this guy, and he goes, to enjoy the passage of time, because it's to enjoy the passage of time, and we choose. There's a lot of people that will say that your circumstances will change the way that you feel. But if you change the way you feel, you can change your circumstances.
It's your thinking. It's the thoughts.
Yeah.
Because and I keep going back to this moment because this has been for me my biggest realization of like, holy shit, my thoughts can dictate how I feel. This can change in a moment how I'm feeling. Because I went from having the most horrible, sad, depressed moment of my life to having my kid call, and instantly it went from horrible, sad, depressed to happy and full of love and joy. And it was like, well, what changed? Well, I started talking to my kid, so that changed. Well, but was it the fact that I was talking to my kid? No, it was that during that time I was thinking differently. I went from thinking about all these horrible, sad, depressed, lonely, my kids aren't here, they're in a different state, all of this change of circumstances to that. And it was this rude awakening because I'm late 20s. By that point going, holy shit, I've lived almost 30 years, and I have no fucking clue that my entire life, all of my thoughts have controlled how I feel.
Yeah.
Every shitty moment, every anxious moment, all of this is all my fault. This is all me doing this to myself. Why am I hating myself this much that I want to cause myself this anxiety, this pain, this depression? Why do I want to do this? It's like, I don't want to do that. And it's like, well, I can sit and realize in a moment, well, what am I thinking about? Because I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling depressed. Well, because of this that's going on. Well, is that what I want to be thinking about? Is that what's going to change what I'm in?
Yeah.
No, that's just going to make me feel worse about what I'm in. And I'm going to sink deeper into that. It's like, well, what could I think instead? Well, I could think that I've done the best I can in this moment, that you've gone through some really fucking hard times, that, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to do that because that's human.
Yeah.
And I don't have to see that. I can see all the other things and think about, well, I love that my kids are happy. I love that they could have friends that they could hang out with. And even if I'm not there with them, I could still be happy that they could be happy.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I don't have to find happiness necessarily in whatever it is. And I started realizing it didn't matter what house I had, what size of square, or what decorations or what colors my square was painted or what color that box was. It didn't really matter because at the end of the day, I was just sitting in a fucking box.
Yeah.
Didn't matter how big that box was, how squishy the chair in the box was. It was still a fucking box. And I could choose how I felt because it was my choice.
Yep.
And I could go, man, I hate that this box isn't how I want it to be because there's something I could change. Or I could go, man, I'm really thankful that I have this how I want it to be because
keeps me warm.
I'm really thankful. Yeah, it could be different, but I could learn to love what I do have and be grateful. And I was like, And it's going through all those things. And one of the things about happiness and that, it talks about gratitude often.
Yeah.
And how many of us truly go through and we're thankful for what we have. Hey, you know, I'm thankful for these shoes, even if they've got holes or that, or these pants, or I'm thankful for this car that struggles starting because it reminds me that I've got a car that still starts. I'm thankful that this car isn't perfect because it teaches me that I can learn how to use my hands. I can still learn.
Yeah.
I can figure out how to do something that maybe I didn't know how to do. Like all these things, opportunities to be grateful and find that instead of being pissed of, this happened. Now I've got to do this.
Yeah, victim mentality.
Now I get to figure out how to do this. This is an opportunity for me to grow. And Finn wants to move here. That's been our discussion the last couple weeks was he's like, I want to do my senior year in Utah. I want to be in Utah. He talked to his mom nonchalantly out of the blue, and she was like, that's fine. What?
Miscontrol?
And she texted me and we had this conversation. She was like, yeah, I want him to be happy if that's what he thinks. And I was like, I don't know who this is, but I'm not going to fight it.
Take the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
But like that fear, that change, that even, I don't know where I was going with that.
No. I like what you're going with because it's, what you're stating is a fear loop that we constantly get put into, a fear of failure or a fear of loss. It's not necessarily scared like the boogeyman, right? But you notice that when you started saying it, like one compounds another. And these consistent bad thoughts that we have of failure or of loss, somebody's going to leave me, I'm not going to have any money, people are going to see me as a failure, look at my car, it sucks, my clothes aren't amazing, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, we get so sucked into this.
So then we hop on social media or TV or something to feel better, and then we go, fuck, look what someone else has, and look how well they're doing. And
my self-worth is wrapped up in somebody else.
And then you get even more feeling shitty about the state that you're in. And you're like, and we've talked about it. It's like people that used to be garbage truck drivers, and that was a living, and they were happy, and it was just like no one gave a shit about what you made.
Dude, if you owned a gas station, if you worked at a gas station, who cares? Like when you were a kid and you had a job, you had a job.
Yeah, my first job was a busser at Training Table.
Dude,
like,
Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
I bust tables.
I got totally humiliated at that place. But you know what? I'm glad for that. I'm glad for everything that's happened to me. Yeah. I'm grateful. And a lot of it is that, right? It's the gratefulness, and it doesn't have anything to do with like an ecclesiastical thing by any means, because I find that my faith grows stronger because of my positive outlook. I know when I'm doing shitty is when I'm wrapped up in myself. It's when I'm like, fuck, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this. You stop
being grateful. You stop being happy. You stop appreciating what we have. It's always like chasing something in those moments of like, I am less than. I'm not where I need, want, have to be. I'm here.
Oh, man. I mean, it's funny because I was at work on Thursday, and they're pushing all of us to start going out there and interacting with other people, going to networking events and stuff like that, which is really good to see. But one of the guys there, he does not like it. He's like, I just hate having to go over there and having to talk to these people. And I'm like, yeah, Adam, but, friendship is the greatest currency that you can have in business. I was like, so it's not about how great you are, how much you can save them. They got to like you. That's more important than anything else.
Yeah,
that is more important than anything else. The only thing that wouldn't keep you from buying shit is like what you were saying. Like I was thinking of like an idea that what you were saying, like the way that people see Christ, like Walmart Christ is what I call it. So you just go there and you get whatever you need, right? Oh, I need help with my math test. Boom, you're smart.
Yeah,
right? It's like no.
God, help me pass this test. Well, he's not going to do anything. You have to study. If you didn't learn or know, you're not going to magically just be smarter.
How would we have perpetuated as a species if all we did was rely upon our parents? We went to them for everything. Hey, I don't really want to work anymore, so I need food. Can you give me food? Yeah. Clothing? Yes. All right. Video games? Yes. It's if you're given everything, then you learn nothing.
And never going, hey, let me show you how to do this. I'm going to walk you through this so that next time you can try and do it on your own.
Well, but the thing too that in our comfortable collapse in ourselves is that we seek comfort in external things, not internal things. And having conversations with other people is internal, Because when you make a bond, like a friendship, dude, you feel awesome. Especially somebody new you meet, and you're like, dude, this person is awesome. I like being around them. They got a good vibe.
Some people can feel draining. Some people can feel energizing. And when you connect with those people, it truly you go and you feel recharged. You're like, holy shit, I feel not tired, not exhausted. It was like, that was a fun, good time. I really had a good engagement there. And you go away wanting more versus going, God, I feel tired.
You remember back in high school, I remember there was this girl that I ended up, we were dated for most of my senior year. Like the summer of after my junior year, all the way up until almost the summer of my senior year. And we broke up, but I remember the first time going to hang out with her, like what you're saying, like a lot of girls before that one, they were just annoying. But this one, dude, I remember we stayed up until like 3 o'clock in the morning. We didn't even realize. I thought it was midnight.
You're just talking.
And it's that thing where you notice that when you're experiencing a connection with other individuals, this is what I consider part of godliness in this way, is being friendly with everyone, because time disappears. There's no existence of time, only the moment that you're in, and it's all joy. It's not like, yeah, dude, as soon as this guy turns around, like you're some psycho fucking killer, as soon as they turn around, I'm going to stab him right in the kidneys. Like, you're just like, what the fuck? Like, it's just random. I'm going to get him right in the abdominal aorta. You know, just watch him bleed out. Like, no one thinks that. When you're making a friend, it's an undescribable feeling. You know, it's the same thing with like your blood relatives. There are blood relatives that many of you have, and I have, Brandon has, that they are more friend than family. Yeah. And then there are ones that reach past that, and that's family. Like, you know, even if we were related by marriage, you know, you're still my family. You're still my brother. Even though like we can have a lot of different perceptions and views, but I never let that be something that I'm like, oh, because of this color or because of this idea, we are no longer going to be able to hold on to the strongest bond. That's
you know, it's funny. I'm closer out of all of my family, like extended family, and that I'm closer with my cousins' husbands than almost like anyone else.
Yeah.
There's you, and I had a cousin who they were here for a while, and me and her husband were super good friends when he was here. And like, it's just funny because I feel like a lot of the really close family were not really close.
Well, and dude, totally, because everything is whatever serves me. This world allows us to focus on whatever serves me. The customer is always right, type thing.
It's even the perception of, so I make the pain balm for lots of people. My mom uses it. And Michelle was making a comment because my mom also uses a tincture. She's like, oh, aren't you worried about like this and this and this and this? And my mom's like, no, I trust Brandon. I trust that he knows what he's doing, that he's not doing bad, like giving me terrible things. And she's never experienced high ever because I've never given her a dose that would ever get her remotely close to that.
Right.
So she was like, no, this is medicine used specifically. But it's like this perception of like the cousin dinner, and Rhett was there going like, oh, it's going to do all this. And I'm like, oh my God, like you are so ignorant. I love you, but like.
Well, and that's the thing too, like, you know, we'll get into that in the sesh, but so as you can tell, this strain is very, now, Brandon, you've experienced it now for about a good 20, 30 minutes now.
Couple bowls.
Yeah, what do you think? It's
I
chill.
would do this during the day. I would do this for work. I would do this
it's pretty
to
cool,
go hiking. I would like.
I told you you'd
do
like
this
it.
to hang out with my fam. Like I would.
It's good shit. It's good shit, dude. It's worth picking up.
You know what sucks? What? I did not squeeze the nugs to see how dry they were.
Oh, they're dry.
I just dumped it out. I would guess that it was quite dry.
Yeah.
Just because, again, this was December of 2024 was when this was harvested.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Holy shit.
And if it was fresh, it would be even better. But I really like it. It's super chill, very light. The cool thing about it is that it isn't any time of the day strain. You could be at night and smoke this, and if you're tired, you can go to sleep. If you're feeling anxious, you know, one of the things that was awesome for me, side effect, I have restless leg, constantly moving.
Yeah.
Constantly. I mean, many of you seen it. Like my foot will be going nuts. It has its own brain. Like it's not me. Like I'm thinking, move your foot, move your foot, move your foot.
You know what's funny? Young me was just like that all the time.
Oh, I'm
and
constant.
then I don't know what happened or what changed, and I don't have the same restless leg anywhere near as much.
It's the only time I don't have that is when I'm in my flow state music. It stops. It's like I saw a meme. It says EDM is medicine for the ADHD mind.
Yeah.
And it totally is, dude, because electronic music for some reason doesn't allow it's seriously like Adderall. I can focus. People need to fuck off. Like I listen to that music while I'm making my calls. Like it's just going, and then I'm like, doot, 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 doot. And then I say this thing to myself, because again, it's how you see things. So now I say this every time I make a call. People love talking to you, Jess. And then I pick up, I'm smiling. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Yep. People can hear it. That was one of the biggest things through retention, through phone sales, through everything was like smile. It shows up in your voice.
Yeah, it totally does.
And
your
I
attitude.
oh, shit.
Dude,
Makes
like
a huge difference.
That's like I got a callback. I was telling you about. I never get callbacks from leaving voicemails. Normally, I don't leave voicemails just because of that simple fact.
Yeah.
But I left a voicemail at this business, and then yesterday, I, you get these fucking scam calls all the time. So I block every number that is not 100% in my list.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this message shows up, and it says, "Hey, this is so and so with this company, and you called me, and give me a call back as soon as you can." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
It worked, but it was the way that I started to change my engagement, right? And it was cool because this guy had said in our group, he's a new guy. He hasn't been as a producer before, but he's been in the insurance world for a long time. And he said, "You guys ever thought about putting this on there, saying, hey, this is Jesse with such company. You're not expecting my call, so I'll be brief." You say that, and I did that all last week. Anybody that I got a hold of, they go, okay.
Yeah.
Every time.
Because it's just a respecting of like, hey, I'm out of the blue. I know you know that, because often it's like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Do you have a minute? No.
Yeah, or like, I've even done like,
who
hey.
the fuck are you?
I even used to use one. I said, hey, I'm calling you out of the blue, but if you give me 30 seconds, if you find value in this one, that I even hated that.
Yeah.
Because it feels so salesy.
Because you're pitching them from the start. Hey, would you give me this exchange? And they're like, I don't know you. Why am I doing this exchange? Like,
but instead just going, hey, you don't know me, but I'll be brief.
Yeah.
You're not expecting my call, so I'll be brief.
And they're like, oh, okay. I appreciate that, because at least whatever this is, it's going to be quick.
Well, dude, it was super funny because when I did that this one day, I got a really big client that landed in my lap from it, because I was just like, I said that, and he goes, actually, yeah, we were talking about it. And he started talking about it, and he goes, yeah, it's been crazy. And I kind of laughed. He goes, it's funny, but it's not. And I was like, no. I said, what you're talking about, the reason why I'm laughing is because I hear this quite often, and it just sounds like you're wearing a lot of hats. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. Well, I came from the entrepreneurial world. I came from trying to grow stuff and not working, and then it does work, and then you don't know why it's working. And he's like, absolutely. And I'm like, why don't I help? Let's just talk. No pressure, man. Seriously. I just want to, we'll have a conversation. I've learned a bunch of stuff that's not known to a lot of businesses. Seriously. It's like talking to a tax accountant. Like, I'm just here to circumvent as much spend as you're doing right now. That's it. I'm not asking you to pay me either. I mean, if you want to, I take beef or check.
Why not? Yeah, but
you know. And he's laughed. He goes, "Let's talk." He's like, "Let's talk on the 16th." Like, it's that, man. And at the end of this, it's just to say, like, get yourself some bachelor party.
Oh my God, dude! I was just thinking as you're sitting here, I like the smell of this even vaporized. Like, I like this strain. It's so weird.
I knew he would.
It has CBC and CBG in it too. Like, it's a good strain.
It's a wonderful strain.
Blown away. All right, Black Sheep, Standard Wellness. I am
Bachelor
surprised,
Party. Boggled
that it's a year-old bud, but like,
super good.
I'm impressed with that.
All right.
Hey, catch you Thursday.
Hey.